Now, we caught up with you guys a couple years ago when you were out on tour promoting Karma Code.
Yeah.
Recently come out with Shallow Life. This is a nice piece of work. Did you know when you finished this you had something special?
Well, we worked really hard on this new album. I mean, for the first time, we actually took an entire year off from like touring and playing live. And I think this really paid off in terms of like, you know, the quality of the product. Okay. For the first time too, we actually worked together as a team, while in the past Marco, the bass player, was mostly writing the songs, you know.
Okay.
So I mean, this time everybody really brought like ideas to the table. We worked together like to try and like put these ideas together, and I think it's really. You can definitely hear like.
Well, I noticed that songwriting is credited blanketly to the entire band.
Yeah.
Now, is that just easier than remembering who wrote what little bit, or?
No, I mean the idea is that everybody in the band really, you know, helps in doing something.
Okay.
So it seems only fair that everybody shares the benefits, you know. We're not one of those bands where, oh, I did this and I get like 65%, you get like 15, somebody else got 20, you know, it's like...
Although that leads to some interesting arguments. You might want to look into that at some point.
I know.
Well, it sounds very happy family-ish. I'm really looking for some dirt within the band. Now I hear Marco's a real prick. Is there any truth to that?
No, it's not.
Damn it. Okay.
Well, I think the secret is that we've been friends even before we started the band.
Cool.
And
you guys grew up together?
Well, we kind of did. I mean, especially Marco and Andrea, our lead singer, they know each other since they were 13 or something. Wow. You know, so I mean, I met those guys over 15 years ago. We used to hang out at the same metal bar in Milan, in Italy. Obviously, we argue and we have our fights, you know, like every family in the world, you know.
Anybody living on a bus with other people.
You know, 12 people on a bus, sometimes it gets messy. But I mean, the most important thing is that to remember that we're all working and trying to get somewhere together. You know, it's a trip that, you know, we have to make.
Won't you get closer into me, where there is something I wish for, I'll go to. Want to get closer to you, know how to discover, I got it all inside myself. Salvation, I reach the storm, don't make it better.
Now, you're traveling all over the United States. As I mentioned, last time we talked to you, it was in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Now you're in Libertyville, Illinois. So you're really getting to see the real America.
Oh, we've seen a lot.
What's the strangest thing you've encountered on the road here?
We toured so much and like everywhere, and we got to see the weirdest places. I mean, once we played a show with Rob Zombie and Anthrax in Oklahoma City.
Okay.
And it was like a state fair, like, you know, there were flies everywhere.
Welcome to America.
It was a great show, but I mean, you know,
just keep your mouth closed. You want those flies going in.
Yeah. We don't like to always come up with the same stuff, you know. I mean, there's bands like that do it, and it works very well for them.
AC/DC, for
instance. They did it like 30 years.
For 20 years.
But I mean, it's like great. I mean,
but it's good.
You love them because it's AC/DC. You know what to expect. But for a band like us and many other bands, I think you need to find that that's something that, you know, pushes you on, like, and that gives you like more ideas, like, you know, like you need to keep it fun, you know. Like, so that you're not bored and you're like repeating yourself over and over, you know.
Well, and it works for the listener too. The listener doesn't get bored. This definitely is not Karma Code 2. Now, as far as the other showbiz nonsense, a lot of bands doing the reality show thing, having a camera crew following them around. What would that be like if a camera crew followed Lacuna Coil around?
There would be a lot of shouting in Italian and waving our hands up in the air.
Well, Cris, I know you've got a show to get ready for. I want to wish you the best. We're going to be here.
Thank you.
And again, check into the Shallow Life, Lacuna Coil. It's great. Lacuna Coil IT is the website. Find out all kinds of information. Check these guys out live. It's an impressive show.